Hey everyone, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. I am Tyler, and across the interwebs from me, was that a decent one?
That
That
Is
was
was,
pretty good.
Tad,
That was pretty
yeah,
good.
Tad and Phil. Good morning, guys. I'm going to turn off my fan so that you
that
can't
woke me up.
hear it on
I
the.
can't hear your fan. Can you hear
Yeah,
your
no,
fan?
now that's, you know, only fans in the room are us.
Yeah. So
Boom.
did either of you follow the New York mayoral?
A little
A little
bit, yeah.
bit. A
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm excited for it.
So like Zohran Mamdani is just cool in all sorts of ways, but Heidi McDonald put out this week that on top of everything else, his wife is a political cartoonist and
Oh
other
yeah,
kind of artist.
that's
Yes.
amazing.
So on top of everything else, he's also married to an artist who does cartooning.
My
So
favorite part, I
like,
have been trolling right-wing social media people just to see their reaction on this. And uh Christian
their
nationalists
heads are
are
exploding.
losing
Yeah, their
Christian
heads are
nationalists
exploding.
are losing their shit. And I'm just like, what do you think the rest of the world feels like when you are trying to push your religion's agenda onto our government? And he's not even doing that. He's just
Yeah,
No,
running.
he's like
yeah,
rent freeze, free childcare. How about
yeah,
buses are free and on time?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's
That's
all.
essentially his platform.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. I did also see. Unfortunately, I don't think he's my state representative, but he is for my state. Andy Ogles was a fucking asshole and called for Zoran to be deported,
Of course.
which
Why
is
not?
Of
abominable.
course. Let's just
And
we're going to
Republic.
revoke his citizenship and deport him because he won an election.
Yeah. And I saw something that the Democratic, well, I hope the Democratic Party doesn't still try to support Cuomo, but I saw a headline saying that he might still be on the ballot.
Uh, Indications are that he won't be.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
heard
mean
that
that
too.
that was early indication that he was going to run as a independent,
Mm,
but like within a day or two, it was kind of like I just had my ass handed to me. I don't feel like having it handed to me again.
that's good. He needs to go away.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, that was fun. Next cool thing, Tyler, did you notice that Archie got added to Global Comics?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. When it,
We can read more. I got to reach out to Dan Parent still.
yes,
I
I
talked to him at C2E2.
you did.
Tyler and I actually got sucked into Archie comics. Not hard yet because we read so many
No,
other
I didn't get
comics.
sucked hard for a
Mhm.
while.
But
Wah, wah.
given the Tom King issue like pulled us in, and he and
Yeah,
Dan Parent put a best their top tens at the back, so we had to read those then, and then we went, oh fuck, Archie comics are good.
Archie was cool, man. When we read Archie versus Predator, awesome. Archie
Right.
Sounds
meets
pretty good.
whoever. It was good.
Yeah,
Like
well, and
what?
the I liked the Life of Archie where it was the split. I still need to go back and read the rest of that where it's this the split lives, one where he marries
Yep.
Betty and one where he marries Veronica. They wrote both stories at once for like 4 volumes, something like that.
It was cool.
Um,
Yes, and
Afterlife with Archie. Yeah,
yeah. So Archie
yeah.
being on
There's good
Global Comics
Archie.
is
This is yeah. Kind of messed with our heads.
it did because I've always considered Archie just bubblegum comics. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, who cares? Kind of
Well,
a
like the bad bubble gum, not good bubble gum, because
No,
there's some good bubble gum.
I mean, I like, as a kid, I liked Archie in that you could pick up one volume and get the complete experience, regardless of
yes.
which volume it is. You know?
Well, yeah, but like I viewed that as a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a comic you could read one volume and then just kind of follow it cover to cover whenever you're in the grocery store.
Right.
Yes. Yep.
But yeah, that's
Um,
exciting to hear that the new line of stuff has caught your eye.
Well,
It's
it's not
good.
just the
Yeah.
new line. I mean, it took us
Mhm.
back to some of the old stuff too, but
But yeah,
now it's on
yeah, the
global
new
com.
stuff is
I mean,
good.
it was already on
Mhm.
Hoopla, so like we could go there, but limited numbers of volumes, that sort of thing, or borrows. But global comics, I've got my subscription. I get to read as much as I want, and now there's Archie. It's like, man, how many hours in the day are there again? Are you
I
sure we
know.
can't add 5 or
Because you know
6?
what I did? You know what I decided to start right in the middle of this week was I hate Fairyland.
Mm.
Oh, it's
I've
so
been
good.
wanting to read it, and I'm like, oh, there's, I was thinking, I ran across Scotty Young on some social media thing, and I'm like, yeah, I should just read it. And then,
I haven't
yeah,
read the second volume first or yet, but I read that first volume, the one where he wrote Andrew.
yeah,
Um, it's yeah, it's good. It's
yeah,
good. We have to do it. It's just part
yeah,
of the episode now. Did you guys see the Supreme Court yesterday? And the
yes,
knots they tied themselves into to like give Trump what he wanted
yep,
while somehow claiming that it was legal.
yeah. That it was inevitable that they had to do it. That it was, it's like, no,
I mean the yeah, the knots they tied themselves into were uh uh truly truly, I mean they took it further than I thought even possible for them.
I
Um
agree. I agree. It's
Yeah, we've certainly come a long way from the unanimous decision to return an American citizen that was deported wrongfully to quite frankly, I saw there was a Supreme Court decision. I knew it was bad.
well, there
Um,
have been another. There were a number.
there's
They
been
finished
I
their
yeah.
session, so it was their take out the trash day. It
Oh
was
goodness.
here
Okay.
are all of the controversial decisions all at once, so that
Oh,
you
that's
can't
yeah.
focus on them all.
That's why I wasn't
Um,
quite sure what exactly was. I was like, okay,
yeah.
what?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Well, I
honestly.
mean, one of the big ones is they essentially made it so that, and this was in a birthright citizenship case,
Mm.
that they essentially banned nationwide injunctions.
Oh yeah. Okay, I did see that. That was I
Each and
saw it
every
and
one of them has to sue individually.
yeah, I think I saw it and then instantly disassociated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a real bad one.
Um, yeah.
crazy.
Someone
I don't know.
someone said this is Dred Scott. That
Yeah.
was what I saw, and I was like, shit. That's yeah, that's not good. That's sobering.
That's a good word for it,
And of
sobering,
course, the
because
Federalist is talking about Amy Cody Barrett destroying KBJ's dissent, and like, yeah, Amy Coney Barrett like targeted and was rude and nonsensical in her majority opinion, taking on the dissent, but I don't think anybody who reads it, and like I'm trying to pull up the actual, and I don't have the energy. I like
It's fair.
it's that mix. I'm pretty certain that Joyce Vance is going to have a good breakdown by next week. We'll probably still be talking about this next week.
Mm.
Um, I will say, go listen to the emergency episode of Strict Scrutiny. Strict Scrutiny. Um, they very well broke down um
It's so
various issues.
it,
Um,
which not to pivot too hard, but this is one of those things where I'm like, wait. Did everyone forget about Trump bombing Iran a week ago?
yes, it has completely been
well, and like as I said last week, what about,
Yeah. Haven't seen any mention of it
fuck
since then.
fucking political assassination in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what he's, known for, is when one thing goes bad, start something else.
Yeah.
Flood the zone with shit.
Mhm.
So let's talk some New York comics. Let's
All
go. Let's
right.
go
We
more.
we need the comics more than usual this week.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. And this one's got Phil's name written all over it, so Phil gets to lead off today.
And that is because finally printed all together in one nice little one shot by Kieran Gillen and Steve Lieber. It is Closer. It starts with birds materializing. It'll end with the death of the heavens. Cosmic horror you can dance to in a one-off apocalypse romance from Kieran Gillen, Steve Lieber, and Tamra Bonvillain. Originally in Image 7 through 9. This will be final order cutoff is August 11th, in store September 3rd. I heard, because I read Kieran's newsletter. So I heard that this was getting made, and he was talking about sending off. This was one of his projects. I think he sent off at midnight, December 31st for a year. If I'm not corrected, he usually does that as like a ritual. And I was very saddened that I did not read this in the Image anthology when it came out. But I'm so glad it's going to be a one shot altogether because read everything he does, and Steve Lieber is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to see him do weird horror stuff because he's already one of the funniest cartoonists I've ever seen. So going to the other side of that experience is very exciting.
Love me some Steve Lieber.
Yeah, this is gonna be cool. All right. Next up
Is me? Me?
is you.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
I
this one
see
looks good.
Deadpool. I see Deadpool Batman
Oh,
next.
did I forget? Yeah, okay. Fine. I forgot you.
All right, Deadpool
Hold
Batman.
on, hold on. We gotta actually have it
Well,
like show up so you can read
I,
it.
I mean, I've memorized some of the details there. You know, some of the teams.
Okay.
Well,
So,
there's Deadpool Batman, and then there's Batman Deadpool.
yeah,
Okay.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't realize Kevin Smith was getting added into this. That feels like a late
yeah, that's
addition.
why I clicked on it, because I want to see how much involvement he's got. But this is Deadpool Batman #1. Script is by Zeb Wells and Kevin Smith. Art, you guys, is Greg Capullo and Adam Kubert, which is awesome. Uh, the crossover you pined but never thought possible. Deadpool and Batman, cross swords and batarangs as Marvel and DC unite for the first time in decades. Wade Wilson has been hired for a job in Gotham City, but will the world's greatest detective help him or destroy him? In shops. I got to go back to my screen. Hold on. In shops,
September
September
17th.
17th from Marvel DC crossover. Very
Mhm.
cool.
Okay. Fine.
All
Fine. You
right.
were next.
All
Now
right.
it's me.
Okay, go.
This looks good.
It does. Flow from Paula Sievenberg, Claudia Balboni, with covers by Aniki. When blood began to run down Dara Lund's legs at nature camp, she thought she was dying. Homeschooled by a protective dad after her mom's mysterious death, Dara wasn't told the facts of life. It's the curse, her bunkmates said, not revealing it was her period. But we can lift it if you do everything we say. So began their week of torment, making naive Dara do torturous tasks for their amusement. But now, 10 years later, as they embark on their careers, the three tormentors find themselves cursed. So they reunite to track down the likely source, a vengeful Dara, and they'll pursue her to the bloody end.
I don't
That
know.
makes me sad.
Issue 1 in stores September 17th.
Makes me root for Dara though.
I
Yeah.
think I am rooting for Dara.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope she is cursing them. That sounds terrible. But yeah, you feel bad when girls act that way because, you know, can you imagine if you came from a dad
Though I
like
am
that with no
also
mom?
rooting against Dara's dad.
Mm,
Right.
mm,
Yep. Yep.
yep.
Exactly. Skinbreaker from Robert Kirkman and David Finch and Annalisa Leone. Hold on, I gotta change my screen. I got you guys on one screen this time.
Yeah.
Um,
Enor has led his tribe.
Enor
for
has
many
led his
seasons.
tribe for many seasons, but his time as chieftain is coming to an end. He wields the mighty Skinbreaker, but at his age, he can barely lift it. Will Enor's reluctant heir, Enoch, take over before the world falls to ruin? As a bloody power struggle begins, an even bigger threat lurks in the darkness beyond their village. Skinbreaker tells the story of a people on the verge of collapse and their fight for survival as the many threats they face close in for the kill. This is going to be in stores September 24th.
Voyeur from Leah Williams and David Baldeón, and one of the first books from Ignition Press. As head of security at the upscale Thai resort Co-Kingfisher, Rook has access to absolutely everything. From his office, he can punch into any closed-circuit camera on the island and see what all the guests are up to. And trust us, he's seen it all. Or so he thought. When Madeline arrives, she instantly captures Rook's attention, and she just as quickly catches on to his game. Madeline not only picks up on the fact that he's spying on her, but when she confronts him about his little hobby, she realizes he's not exactly who he says he is. She knows Rook is at the resort to rob it and of all its valuable art, and Madeline wants in. In stores on September 10th.
Yeah, that also looks really good.
It does.
Yeah, I loved Williams and Baldeón on X Factor in the Crow era. So heck yeah.
Yep. They did a cool job.
Some graphic novels coming up. Alienation from Anis Estrada. Imagine a future where you live paycheck to paycheck to paycheck in a small apartment where you spend most of your time online. Except one of your best friends is an AI. The internet is in your brain, and virtual reality is indistinguishable from your dreams. This sci-fi horror graphic novel, originally released as a series of self-published zines before the pandemic, is finally back to give you the chills with how eerily it's become closer to our reality than ever. Story follows a young couple in Alaska as they're forced to confront questions of intimacy, climate change, and the power of technology. This Final Cut edition features new pages as well as deleted dialogues and more material that was only included in the original zines. In stores on September 24th from Floating World.
I love artwork like that. It looks like just, somebody doodled on their cover at school kind of thing. I think that collage kind of look to it is really cool.
Oh yeah, that also sounds really great.
The Croaking. This looks awesome from Megan J. Gray. The Roost, the world's most prestigious military academy, has never accepted a crow into its ranks until now. However, the conditions surrounding Scraw's acceptance are shrouded in conspiracy, and his new roommate Kai won't rest until he finds out just where he goes every night. Between the flight test classes murders, Scraw, Kai, and Ree must band together to uncover the truth about their utopia and the whispers of a super weapon, the croaking, that are seeping from the cracks. Recovering from a magpie attack and indoctrinated into the Black Ash murderer, Scraw finds his newfound friendships tested as they must overcome prejudice, past classes, and question the very system that governs them. However, when Scraw's murder boss starts making his influence known in his school life, Scraw must deal with the consequences of his decisions and figure out if the protection he gained was worth the price. Deals are now struck and lives are in danger. Will they fly high or tumble to the depths below? The Croaking of the 2003 Yalsa Best Book for Teens and was nominated for the 2020 Ringo Awards for Best Webcomic. It's going to be in shops on September 24th. Yeah, I wanted to read that whole thing. It looks cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the title, I thought there'd be frogs, but that also sounds good.
Yeah.
Did I do fruit salad?
I think so. I think you're fruit salad. Nope, me.
Oh, but I pulled up the wrong one is what I meant.
Mm.
Oh, I don't know how that one got pulled up at all. This is the one we want.
Okay.
Hulk Teach from Jeffrey Brown, hilarious original series filled with comics, mischief, and misadventure, starring the Hulk. From the
Looks
mind
funny.
of New York Times bestselling author and illustrator Jeffrey Brown, Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk, is a genius scientist and superhero whose rage outs have led him to damage way too much public property. After his latest meltdown, Tony Stark arranges a PR move to smooth things over. Hulk will perform community service by teaching. Can Banner make it through the school year without destroying anything? And can middle school kids really learn anything when the Hulk is their teacher? In the stores on September 3rd. Jeffrey Brown's going to be at Cake this weekend, so I will see him later today. I
Exciting.
am hoping we'll bring him back sometime soon because he's a cool guy. Hulk Teach.
Hey, when you go to insert name, are you staying or are you going home that same day again?
We're gonna stay with Kelly's brother, I think.
Okay. Kirby?
Yep.
I met him once.
Yeah, here you go, just talking about family on the air.
Yeah.
Well, I deliberately didn't use his name, man.
Sorry about
Now the
that.
people who want to kill us might want to kill
Oh
him.
no.
We got to protect
Well,
them.
you're right. We are so gunned after. But yeah, I'll take that out.
You don't have to. I'm
Batman, The
messing
Long
with you.
Halloween, The Last Halloween from Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. The critically acclaimed saga that stands as the most influential Batman story of its era makes its triumphant return. Uh, let's see here. The Last Halloween, a captivating new mystery. Each issue pairs Jeff Loeb with one of the industry's foremost artists, creating a stunning homage to the artist and legacy of Tim Sale, featuring art by Eduardo Risso, Klaus Janson, Mark Chiarillo, Cliff Chang, Bill Sienkiewicz, Enrico Marini, Dave Johnson, Becky Cloonan, Chris Samney, Matteo Scalera, and Dave Stewart. Gotham City will come to fear Halloween once more. In a city of liars, masked vigilantes, and criminals, can anyone be trusted? This is going to be in shops on November 25th.
It's not in time for Halloween.
I know.
Ghosted in LA, the complete collection. I loved this series when it came out. Does anybody pronounce Irish well?
Siobhan?
There we go.
Yeah. Siobhan Shiffin would be my
Chiffon
guess.
and Sina Grace writing. Part of the 20 for 20 series from Boom. Daphne Walters' Los Angeles story seems pretty common. She followed her high school boyfriend to college, only to be immediately and unceremoniously dumped 1,000 miles away from home. Her roommate doesn't want her around either, but fortunately, one heartbroken night brings her to Rycroft Manor, an apartment complex with more roommates and drama than she'd ever bargained for. And they're all ghosts. While helping out the long lingering and new residents of Rycroft, Daphne has to deal with everything from angry spirits, the mystery ghost behind the basement door, and her college roommate Michelle trying to exorcise her new friends out of their own home, all while dealing with a complicated love life, a more complicated best friendship, and learning her place in LA. This collects
Love
all
it.
of Ghosted in LA,
Oh.
issues number 1 through 12, and will be in stores on November 25th.
The body copy had the illustrator's name as Siobhan Keenan, so I'm not sure which last name's correct there, but that is
My hunch is that
Look on the cover.
there
Does it say?
it's chiffon on the cover here. Keenan feels like what it was before. So my
Mm.
hunch is that there was a wedding in between when it was written and now, since it is,
Sure.
8 or 9 years old.
Really that old? Holy cow.
I think it came out in 16 or 17.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe
Cool.
18. Yeah, very, very good book. I like it lots.
Yeah.
So, Tyler,
Yeah.
what'd you love this week? Oh wait,
It's a
we should do some final order cutoff, shouldn't we? And some
yeah.
crowdfunding.
Yep.
Oh, see, I'm working on getting us to our soft out.
We'll make it. We're only
Final,
at, we got an
final
hour.
order. Yeah, final order cutoff this week. We've got Ancestral Recall from Jordan Clark and Atticon Ilhan at Ahoy. First issue is out on August 6th. And by this week, I mean by July 7th. We don't do a final order cutoff where you got to get the store today when the issue comes out or the episode comes out. We give you a week. The comic companies don't always make it easy for me to do that. Just I have to do some digging to find out what's gonna. But Cry Wolf Girl from Ariel Slamet Rees at Silver Sprocket will be in stores August 27th. Cul-de-sac #1 from Mike Carey and Jonathan Wayshak will be in stores from Bad Idea on August 6th. I Tyrant #1 from E.E. Zan and Godfar from Image Comics will be in stores July 30th. Lost Marvels, Howard Chaykin Volume 1 from Fantagraphics in stores August 13th. Quick Stops Volume 3, #1 from Kevin Smith and John Spragelmeyer from Dark Horse in stores August 13th. Speed Racer #1 from David Pepose and David Tinto from Mad Cave Comics in stores July 30th. And The Wait by Melissa Mendez, drawn and quarterly in stores September 3rd. There's still a little less than a week to get in on The Lost Art of Sean Phillips from Tombstone Publishing on Kickstarter. The Real Hero Shit 2, Harder Than It Looks from Kendra Wells and Iron Circus Comics is on Kickstarter through July 11th. Scrooge,
I love that
A
title.
Christmas Carol from Jason Sean Alexander is on Zoop through July 11th. The 2025 Insert Name Comics and Zines Festival. Ryan Carey and Emily Mayer are the co-chairs. It will be August 23rd and 24th. Squirrel House Arts, 3450 Snelling Avenue South, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Funding on Kickstarter through July 14th, and they still need a little help to get to their really, really, really ridiculously modest goals. So please, people, go chuck in some money, help them out. Another Kickstarter that is not over the line yet and just baffles me. And go listen to my conversation with Andrew Iden. We had a lot of fun together, and only fell into politics a couple of times and managed not to scream at the moon. Islands in the Sky, with contributions from Greg Pak, Josh Adams, Steve Orlando, June Kim, Matt Fraction, Aster D'Amico, Jean Lewin Yang, Thien Tem, Brianna Lowenson, Andrew Iden, Valentine DeLandro, Brian Michael Bendis, CAP Ward, Nick Filardi, Shannon Burcham, Brent Schoonover, Matthew K. Manning, Jarrett Rutland, Nate Powell, Anthony Del Cole, and Alex Segura from Good Trouble Productions. And Appalachia Comics Project is on Kickstarter until July 17th. There are some bigger ones. If anybody listening wants to give me a first edition March signed by John Lewis, you can get it for me for only $1,000. And that $1,000 goes to a really good cause. There's also virtual hangs with Bendis or with Fraction for $400 a piece. For $250, Andrew Iden will look at your nonfiction comics project and give you tips and whatnot. There's good stuff. Or, just for like $30, get their print copy,
Right.
of this amazing anthology. And I seriously, I don't know how you have this talent on it and it didn't immediately go over the line. Just there.
I agree. It's crazy. I mean,
And then Mezzo Volume 1 to 3 Fantasy Trilogy from Jared Lujan, Tyler Chintanner, and Val Rodriguez. It doesn't say it's officially from Floating World, but Tyler and his wife are or not Floating World,
Wave Blue World.
Wave Blue World are the founders of Wave Blue World. So they've also done some cool things for comics. And now I can say, Tyler, what was amazing this week?
what was amazing? So many things, honestly.
Oh, I know.
But
God, do
the
I
one I loved mostly for the cover. I got the alternative cover that is an homage to Jeff Lemire's The Nobody.
Ooh.
Um, so I got the Nobody cover,
Oh,
and
nice.
so I've been talking with Ahmed and Dwayne on social media, and I cannot wait to see what they're doing next. They're
Well,
really
we'll have to have them back to do the
yeah
spoilery conversation too,
yeah
because Dwayne was on
yep
before.
yep it's so good. And then my number two, you guys, was Minor Arcana. This is really heating up from Jeff Lemire. This is number eight. I really feel like we're finally getting to the mystery part of the story. Like, what is happening here? It's not just her mom running a tarot card business. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
don't know what you
there
call it.
was definitely a twist this,
Yeah.
you
Yep.
know, where it's like, we got more going on than we thought we had. Very cool.
Yes. There's some kind of conspiracy going on here. And then don't forget your briefcase by Elliot Rahal and Philip Sevi was really cool. Um,
Also had a ridiculous twist at the end that makes me perhaps more interested in issue two than
well, obviously, I hadn't heard this was coming out. So when I got to the store and I saw Elliot's name on it, I'm like, who?
proving that he doesn't listen on his own program because I talked about this coming out.
You talked about this on the show that I was on?
Oh, on this show, yes.
On this, okay. Well, we talk about a lot of stuff, Ted.
I
So
talked about
I
it when it was up for order. I talked about it at final order cutoff.
How long ago
okay,
is that? I don't
okay.
I don't remember hearing about this.
I don't.
This must have been a
I
while
don't
back.
either.
There's
I
been
So
mean,
a lot has happened. It's been a big
Ted,
week.
Ted, I am very sorry. But I don't recall it. So I'm sorry.
you know, I get it. I get it. I talk a lot. It's easy to tone me out.
No, no, no. That's not the case. It's we talk about a lot of books.
I know.
And my
I
mimic.
sometimes have stuff come out that I don't remember, but then I go back
So
through show notes and I'm like, no, there it is.
so this
Like,
is a
how did I
legit
miss
thing.
this?
I'm
And the
not
answer
making an
is I
excuse.
didn't miss this. I just forgot it.
Uh, my medication for my disorder, one of the side effects is short-term memory loss. So I am
Mm.
sorry. It
Yeah,
happens a
okay.
lot with my wife.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
oh man, Ted, what did you love?
Oh God, I had to go nine. I had to
I
go
know.
nine.
I see
And
that.
I
Yeah.
cheated even then. I kept my pairs from the three that I was that I hoped would be spectacular. Initially, I
Yeah.
split them up, but then I was at nine and I didn't have Don't Forget Your Briefcase or Sleep in there yet, or the
Both.
wrestler. Yeah, no, I had to. Well, no, or the wrestler. So I was at nine. I had three more that I wanted in, and that's when Power Pals got knocked down to 10 and I went, please Tyler, put it on your list. Please Tyler, put it on your list. Please
Oh,
Tyler, put it on
sleep
your
was so
list.
good though. Sleep was almost on my list.
Exactly.
Uh
So yeah, my top book was Lazarus Fallen number one, Greg Rucka, Michael Lark. Tyler
right.
hasn't read it yet because he's not allowed to read it until he reads everything before it. And like right now, he's moving along issue by issue. We have given him official permission
Yep.
to accelerate his reading if necessary,
I'm
which
gonna
would
hold
be
off.
completely understandable.
Yeah.
Um, News from the Fallout number one from Chris Condon and Jeffrey Allen White.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I haven't read it yet, Ted, but the artwork is so
And
cool.
and the
Um,
website is amazing. They put together like a crazy awesome website with like hidden shit and like
nice.
yeah. Go to newsfromthefallout.com and play around. And my one tip is like you might want to highlight some stuff to see if things appear.
Go ahead and open your dev tools, see what's going on under the hood.
Right. So News from the Fallout number one. They kept being paired because I needed them to be. We're taking everyone down with us, number four, and You'll Do Bad Things, number four, from Matthew Rosenberg and Tyler Boss. respectively. Stefano Landini with the art on We're Taking Everyone Down With Us, Adriano Tertolucci on You'll Do Bad Things. Oh my God, these books are good. You've got like the daughter of James Bond and We're Taking Everyone Down With Us, and like the young daughter of James Bond who might have put himself into a robot. It hasn't been completely revealed yet, but there's definitely implications that he didn't die. He put himself into a robot. And it's not really James Bond. It's whatever and actually not even as much of a James Bond because the James Bond is one of the villains.
Hmm.
He's like the super scientist that was involved. You
Oh,
just
so he's the Q. He's the Q.
kind
Yeah.
of, yeah, go read the damn book. It's just fucking great. You'll Do Bad Things is a guy whose big hit book was a true crime story that he kind of solved, and like he wants to do actual fiction, doesn't want to be the true crime guy, but he's working on things and he feels like everything that he's writing becomes a murder, and now he thinks that he might be the killer. Um,
Okay.
Sleep Sleep number two. How do we even describe Sleep? I think the main character might be a werewolf, but it might be his friend. Um,
I
uh,
think,
uh,
I
there's something going
I
on
don't
in the
know.
town in general. I'm not
Well,
entirely
we
certain why
open
things
up
are
right
red
with the
or
car
not
accident.
red.
The book opens up with the car accident, and the kid is unscathed. I mean,
All
really.
right. All right.
Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I hope he's a werewolf.
I'm looking forward to more. Minor Arcana, we just talked about. The
Yep.
Wrestler from John Carr Ken Mortensen at Fanagraphics. This is like the like cool wrestling version of the Seventh Seal, where
Ooh, that sounds good too.
make the deal with death to with just crazy good art. Which is how the I mean, those books were so good that as good as Assorted Crisis Events number four was, and I'm certain Phil
Oh
will
yeah.
second that. As good as Absolute Martian Manhunter number four was, Dennis Camp Eric Zawinski, and apparently there are two Eric Zawinskis because I tagged the wrong one on
Oh
Blue
wow.
Sky, and he kindly tagged the proper one for me. But like, yeah,
Does he also do comics?
he does something that made me believe that he could be the right one. How about that?
Mm, okay.
I don't remember exactly right now. I'm not going to look it up because we're on a tight schedule, man. Javier Fernandez with the art on Absolute Martian Manhunter, which is just fucking great. Um, can't believe actually this fell to 8 probably as much as anything because I didn't manage to reread it this week. So I read it like 3 months ago when I got the advance copy from Chris and Tyler. And I have a feeling that if I'd managed to reread it this week, it would have gone up, but I did not. So at number 8, I have Out of Alcatraz, number 4 from Christopher Cantwell and Tyler Crook. Chris was just on with the Star Trek crew. I think that's one of the episodes that Tyler still needs to get up.
Yes, it's
Um,
coming. Um,
we talked to him before Suntress, but Suntress went live, so he got out before us. But
I
he only
don't.
had Cantwell.
Like I said to you earlier, Ted, with my wife in Guatemala, I am getting so much done. I'm not kidding. I it's
See,
just
see,
quieter around the house.
The
See,
dangerous brag.
I'm gonna do myself a quick really cool. So Suntress has his book club with Brian Bendis
Hmm.
now, the Bendis Book Club,
Mhm.
um, having already existed, and I was already part of it, though I hadn't made it to as many of the meetings as I had intended to. But I'm now invited doubly because I support both Bendis and Suntress on their Patreons.
Ooh,
So
exciting.
I get emails for both of them. Um, but he added a graphic for the book club to his like graphics at the beginning of his YouTube videos. And I don't know who drew it. I kind of want to know who drew it because I'm down in the corner right under Tom King.
Oh, that's awesome.
My name there and everything. So yeah,
That
that that made me feel kind of cool.
That's like actually in Parasocial, all the social media handles.
Hmm.
I'm like well positioned in the upper left corner, and that
Right.
was that was a proud moment for me too.
Yeah, yeah. So and then last we just talked about it. Don't forget your briefcase from Elliot Rehola, Philip Sevi at Mad Cave is amazing.
It's so good.
I mean, essentially, the briefcase is the nuclear football, and that's as far as I'm willing to go right now,
Ooh.
because
Yes.
Well,
some shenanigans and hilarity have ensued.
so that's not to cut early, but that's a perfect segue into the issue of Lazarus that we
Well, yeah, but
read
we
for
got to
this
get to
week.
the One Piece race.
That's right. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. All right,
See, everybody's
foreshadowing.
trying to jump ahead,
We
man.
are, yeah.
We're so excited to eat the Lazarus, we keep forgetting stuff. Tyler, I'm 10 chapters ahead of you, baby.
I know. I'm at the part where Luffy is like gorging himself and all the ladies want to touch him, you know?
Okay.
That's where
Whereas
I'm at.
I'm at the part where he's almost to his brother and Ennis down. And getting down to him's been interesting. So getting up to him is going to be
Crazy.
or
Yeah.
getting up and out with him is going to be really crazy. But I'm also seeing, and we can't talk about it too much because I think a lot of it, well, no, we can talk about it some.
Okay.
Uh, uh, I think we're seeing some world building that as I think about it has been going on the whole time, but is coming into like crystal clear that like the world government A is not good and is about to go to war against essentially the forces of freedom, which are by in large part the pirates. Um, yeah, so like we're getting to see that like there's a
There's a bigger
socio-political
story out there,
there's a
right?
socio-political aspect of One Piece that I don't know that we've because it's been so subtle through all of these crazy, fantastic, awesome fight tales.
Yeah.
Um, it hasn't been as clear.
I
Um,
agree. And I think that it's like because he intended for this to go long form, um, I think by 500 where it's time to start changing the landscape a little bit.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And
No,
I
I mean, there's some indication he had no idea that it would go this long. Okay,
right.
because
No,
like
no,
when
no.
he
Yeah.
the letters page where he talks about putting together the stuff for people to be able to catch up without having to go back to the beginning and whatnot, it was to assuage the idea that he was going to end it anytime soon. He'd made some offhand comment somewhere, possibly in the letters page, possibly in an interview somewhere, about how he almost felt like it was getting too long. It was unfair to readers because of how much they had to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody's like, no, don't stop.
Don't you dare.
He's like, no, 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 no. I'm not planning on stopping. It's just,
That's like that's over 50 volumes. That's just like
yeah, we,
it's
we
just
are
yeah,
already over 50 volumes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It is
I think I
astounding.
just finished a volume 54,
Yeah.
something like that is the one that I just wrapped. Um, and I don't even know if we're at the halfway mark.
I
There's a
don't
new
think so.
chapter out this
No.
week.
I think
No.
there's I think
The
there's
the
like at
new
least 140 volumes.
the new chapter on June 22nd was chapter 1152.
We're there. We're halfway.
Not
111
quite,
volumes right now.
not quite halfway.
Okay. Well, you're closer than me, but
Yeah, but I'm still like halfway would be um
57.
576.
Okay.
So I'm 43 chapters short of halfway right now.
Okay. We're
So
almost there.
getting there. I'm still curious as to whether we'll catch him before it ends. I mean, there's still nobody knows how long this last arc is going to be. He's had some long arcs.
Hmm.
Um, so like the earlier reports that was going to end sometime this year may have been premature.
Yeah.
Because what he actually said was this arc that was starting at the beginning of the year would be the final one. But I think there's at least 100 chapter arc, that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
100
Yep.
chapter arc?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was about to
Phil,
say.
I'm telling you, man, this is tedious. I
Yeah.
like the story.
I mean,
I'm
it's not, I don't think it's tedious. It's just
It's a
detailed.
marathon. It's a
Yeah.
marathon.
It's a marathon, not a
Yeah.
sprint.
It's one of those things. I have to imagine that any series that's gone on for even as long as you guys have hit, for 500 chapters, 50 volumes, that is no small feat, no matter how good the books are, you know.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, to be
Yeah.
not even halfway there is wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yes, we've been reading it for over a year. And that's where we're at. So
I mean, I'm
yes, now
trying to pull up the chapter or the arcs
Oh, the
okay.
arcs.
to give
Check it out.
give Phil.
Yeah, it's one of those. I know that especially long-running shonen series, the endings are always a bit tense on the production side. I know that My Hero Academia ended pretty recently, after he'd been, kind of up and down with trying to get it to end. I know that Bleach had kind of a back and forth ending. There was some, I don't know if it was attempted to be ended too soon, and then the author came back and extended it. So yeah, so it's no small feat to land a ship that big.
Exactly.
Unintended.
So
Oh,
that's funny. I didn't catch that one, but that's funny.
if not intended, puns are always welcome.
Puns are welcome. Like that. All right. So let's move
So
on to Lazarus because we have half an
yeah,
hour.
That's a good.
yeah.
It's a good amount of time.
Yeah.
You guys start
Yeah.
hitting Lazarus because
All
I'm
right.
down the rabbit hole enough that I need to like be able to
Okay,
Right.
give a
so
definitive answer.
the book, this issue opens up with Forever being a little bit younger. Um, and Marisol and Dad are watching, right?
hmm
Her performance, and Dad saying,
Well, this
is she ready?
is it
We don't know that
clear?
yet.
Oh, we don't
Uh,
know that yet.
no,
Okay.
Am I
she's
ahead?
no. You're not ahead. You're not ahead.
I was about to spoil something for you
Yeah,
and he stopped me.
yeah. She's younger. She's training. We get to see that. Yeah, literally from birth, she was designed to be a weapon. I think she definitely looks, because they mentioned right now that she's 19. So I mean, she looks honestly like between 10 and 12. This is a child. This is blatantly a child wielding machine guns and running people through with swords, uh, doing
You
virtual
know,
reality assassinations.
yeah, and we talk about the emotional um I don't know what you'd call it, the roller coaster that
hmm
Eve or Forever has to go through.
Oh yeah.
When she's like, I've never even met my siblings. My
hmm
mother never comes to see me. My dad comes once in a while.
hmm
You know, and now he's finally back to visit her to see if she's ready. Marisol says she's not ready to beat her. And the dad just walks away. I mean, he does leave her a gift for her birthday, but just
Yeah.
walks away.
An ominous gift. This was one of the things that stood out to me that I had forgotten. Well, I don't know. I might have been so the gift for her birthday is The Once and Future King by T.H. White, which
Correct. Yep.
it very much kind of aligned things once I saw that, because I'm pretty sure that volume of Arthurian legend was written in the 17 or 1800s and featured allusions to cannons. So it was, at least in the one class I had that touched on Arthurian legend, was showing how when they say once and future king, it kind of over time really has been recreated to match the modern era, and it kind of, slapped me in the face with, oh, Lazarus is potentially a future Arthurian legend.
Yeah, I
In
can
a
see that.
Yeah, and so it kind of the structure really, and I thought, oh, Jonah is an interesting Mordred figure, and oh, is Joanna Morgan Le Fay and those sorts of things.
Kind
Um,
of.
yeah, it's one of
I
those,
mean,
but
she's playing forever as well. I mean, obviously with her brother, what's his name? Joe?
Jonah and
Jonah.
Joanna. Yeah, not
Yeah,
confusing at all.
Jonah, he's he's been outed as going after her. But
Mhm.
Joanna, she's still in the shadows, you know what I mean? She's
And that's the thing. Joanna has been a character who I've been trying to pay close attention to, and it's this is getting ahead a little bit, but
a little bit, yeah.
in the essay that in Lazarus Fallen, Greg mentions a line that he regrets some of the early choices with Jonah and Joanna, and I'd be very curious to hear what those are because yeah, there's certainly a shift over time with those characters, but they were absolutely serving the purpose that they had in that arc. Yeah, that's one of those questions where I'm like, oh,
Hmm.
what do you mean by that? But
Yes. What is she up to? I mean, she obviously threw Jonah under the bus. She got herself,
mhm.
she beat herself up and spoiler.
Oh yeah,
If you haven't
um,
read this, go back and read it because it's, 10 years
right.
old. But
We're
uh
hoping if any listeners keep in pace, yeah. And then we see more of the convoy to the
the
lift.
lift, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so just so I understand this, and maybe our listeners
Hmm.
understand that haven't read Lazarus, the lift is for the waste
Hmm.
to be moved up in class to
Hmm.
the serfs,
Yes,
right?
and that's where they are guaranteed food and shelter and employment and are deemed honorable of serving the Carlisle family. Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
it's essentially their recruitment drive
Yeah,
for more you know
servant.
more
Yeah, I
people.
get it. Yep.
Yeah, and it's definitely fascinating to see you know the types of lives that people are living together. I love the nuns in this series.
Yeah.
They are
So
yeah.
speaking of the nuns, right? They're along the convoy to
Mhm.
the lift, and they're there for healing. But the main character, I don't know what his name is, of this little
Uh,
arc,
Michael, yep.
uh, he is administering aid, like first aid to people, and the nuns take notice, and they're like, "Hey, want to ride up here? We need your help." you
Hmm.
know, which I think is good for them. I mean, their house was destroyed, and they
Hmm.
have nothing.
And it's interesting to note that the as briefly mentioned in one of the timelines of the back matter, the nuns are part of what Carlyle deems its quote unquote waste management techniques,
Yeah.
where they are absolutely kind of there to help maintain stability amongst the waste. And I mean, it's hint hint, uh, they're not entirely what they seem. Um, in very interesting ways. I think that's probably about 10 issues away at this point. But
Can I ask you, are they actually nuns?
yeah. Oh yeah, they're
Okay,
nuns. Yeah.
okay.
Sorry, they're not satanic nuns, they're not demons, nothing like that. But it's not obviously we're not going in that direction with this book, but yes, they have a bit more to their story and I really enjoy any time they pop up. They're really fascinating to me. Um I think that's one of the only times well, no, okay. I was gonna say that's one of the only times I've said that I love nuns, because it's definitely not something you hear too often from people who my wife went to Catholic school, so she with taught by nuns. So there's some
Bitterness
bad,
there.
yeah, it's not the best, but
Do you know
yeah,
anybody who's gone through the Catholic school process and has come out going, "That was awesome"?
nuns.
Nuns, yeah. Can't think of any. None.
Yeah, but to yeah, this is I guess this issue it's one of the quieter ones. I always love the dynamics, the family dynamics between Malcolm and any of the kids. It's just one of those things where I feel like Greg Rucka writes conversations like fight scenes
Yep.
where just it's the emotion, the verbal exchanges. Um, you'll hear a derisive term used of floating head or talking head comics, and not only do they actively avoid that by having fully drawn sets that are meticulously maintained and noted, but it never feels like that for as sort of slow paced and dense as a series can get. It never feels like any of that space is wasted. No pun intended there, for sure. But yeah,
I
but then
agree. I agree.
it ends with we see a bag with a nuke in it that is on its way to the lift. That is the target of the resistance, the free right now. Um, so yeah, it's I guess it's interesting where this second arc in the series to me is I think it really speaks to the scope and ambition of the series
Yeah.
in that it majorly pulls back and whereas the first four issues really focus on the premise and the concept of, oh, hey, here's kind of how these families interact. This really pulls back and says, oh, no, 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 let's think about this world. And for me, the fact that it is slow paced is indicative of the amount of time and effort that the team is putting into it, because events from this arc are extremely relevant and directly mentioned in the issue of Lazarus Fallen that just came out.
Okay.
So it's one of those things where, this is a story with no small parts. Uh, everyone everyone has a role to play, and
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
we're gonna finish that arc this week, arc
yeah,
two,
yeah.
which is called The Lift.
Hmm.
So my question is, and, sometimes I have trouble following intricate plot lines with reading. I don't know if
Hmm.
it's my reading comprehension or what, but what is to what end are the freedom fighters going for with
Mm.
this bomb going to Denver? What is that going to accomplish? Killing all
So
these people.
yeah, what
For
that.
Forever has
Mhm,
asked, can we stop this?
mhm.
And her dad's like, no, you need to
Yeah,
stop the bomb.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I have to imagine that's the thing, is that the terrorists, they're I mean I we don't fully get to the idea behind them, but I think what they're actually trying to do is they're trying to hurt the Carlisle family. So
Correct.
by
Yep.
by detonating a bomb at the lift, they will take out not only a lot of scientists that are there. That it's such a massive event that they're not. They're effectively using the other waste as a way of hiding and getting closer, but uh, by detonating a bomb there, they would devastate not only the incoming round of serfs, but the evaluators. And I
Yep.
think they mentioned that there might be a family member or two at the lift as well. So that might be part of what the goal is too. It's one of those things where it's hard to get to a family compound on a normal day. This is not a normal day, so it's really the biggest opening that they have. Uh,
Yeah. Okay.
uh,
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
yeah,
Um,
but I agree with you that I remember first time reading it, it was you know it's not always easy to discern the motivations and kind of realize what people are doing and why. And I mean, I think part of that is by design. Um, and it's something that I like about the book, that you can sort of turn it over in your head. But yeah, I can
yeah.
understand how especially when the more books you're reading, the harder it is to keep up with the denser ones.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I think it's very much by design in that, um,
Hold on, guys. I'm
parti-
gonna talk to Rena.
right, particularly early on, um, they seemed very intent on not portraying stereotypical heroes and villains,
Oh yeah.
showing that there are good people who do bad things, bad people who do good things, and a lot of people
Hmm.
that are neither flat out good or flat out bad, who are just doing what they think that they need to do for whatever. I mean, because like, I mean, just to take this issue, we know where we stand, where the
Hmm.
Carlyles are pretty horrible, but
Hmm.
like the Carlyles control so much that a sudden takedown doesn't necessarily make things better. And beyond all of that, when you're talking about a suitcase nuke, how much collateral damage is worth the maybe we
Hmm.
create a better world? I mean, because that's a
Yeah.
big maybe.
Well, that's yeah, that's absolutely a huge maybe. This is my own personal philosophy. It's hard to imagine things getting better because of bombs.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah,
But
I
it's also easy to imagine being so desperate that you see that as your only option.
exactly. Yes. Yes, that's for sure.
I mean, this is very much what we look at when we look at Israel and Palestine. You
Hmm.
know, people.
Yeah.
I don't think there are many people who truly are saying that uh, terrorist attacks from Palestine are a good outcome
Yeah,
or
no, no.
yay. I think even the people who are saying things incautiously, what they mean is when you have a situation like that, of course there's going to be somebody who sees that as their only option.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's one of the things I don't get about the US's continued belief that shock and awe will work. We would never, uh, if shock and awe worked, the Twin
Hmm.
Towers would have fallen down and we would have gone, oh, we see the error of our ways. Please don't send any more airplanes at us.
Hmm.
We'll reform our capitalism and take our troops out of Saudi Arabia. But that's not at all what we did. That's not at all what I would think that anybody would expect us to do. So my
Hmm.
question is, why do we expect them to do that?
Right?
We're going to
Hubris.
show overwhelming might and they will just back down and say, "Thank you, sir. Let us do what you want us to do now." No, they're going to go, "Okay, well, we can't show overwhelming might back. What can we do?"
And that's where this is the short-sightedness of, well, okay, so my brain's going in about 15 different directions at once right
And
now.
that's the wonderful thing about
Same.
Lazarus.
Yeah, but
That's why I'm like kind of quiet right now
mhm.
because I'm hearing everything you guys are saying. Going, whoa, I
Yeah,
hadn't thought
so
about that.
right, so the thing is that, when it comes to shock and awe, I think there are two ideologies behind that. One, the hidden one is that they know it won't work. They want to start a war and profit on it. That's one set
Yeah.
of people. The other set to me are the hardcore supremacists, the white supremacists who truly believe that they are human and that others are lesser. And so
Yep.
they do not expect others to react the way they would, despite the fact that we are all human.
No, I,
Um,
th I think essentially what you're saying and definitely what I think is that the people who know it won't matter don't care because it's
yeah.
actually more profitable if it doesn't
Yep.
matter.
Yep.
And the people who think it matters, it's because they don't think of them as human.
Yep. That's exactly it. That's
I
exactly what
agree.
I'm thinking there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Um,
sad. I mean, but
It is. It's yeah. Yeah. Sorry to cut you off there.
no, no.
Uh, I was going to ask Ted, did you want to read any of Rucka's essay from Fallen number one on air? Because I had a feeling you might. It
I
was pretty
was
powerful.
I was gonna I wasn't gonna read the whole thing. I was gonna
Hmm.
pull out. pull out something that was tied between way back in issue 8 and Fallen #1.
Mm-hmm.
In issue 8, Garrett wrote, "Guys, issue 6, ugh, how dry as dry can be. Man, started off really strong, now just boring stuff, guys. Hope this story picks up soon or I'm out. Yeesh." And I don't know what my .02 means, but
My 2 cents.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
The
Go ahead.
Well, that means don't bother me with the politics and the difficulty
Mm-hmm.
of being waste or whatnot. Give me more fight scenes.
Right. I came here for punching, not empathy. Yeah, that's what that guy
Right.
said.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Greg's response was, Garrett, 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 don't let the door hit you on the way out, okay?
Yep.
Well,
I remember,
yeah.
I remember that reading that when it first came out and thinking like, who the fuck could read this book and think it's boring?
So where I'm just going to read, uh, we'll do the first 4 paragraphs of his letter for the return. Ooh, boy. Okay, so disclaimer first. For
Mm-hmm.
those of you that believe there's no place for politics in your art and entertainment, skip the next section. For those of you who see no distinction between art and entertainment, or who cannot accept that the one can be the other, you too should skip to the end. Better yet, skip this altogether, or maybe pick up another book. Clearly, this one isn't for you. I'm writing this on Wednesday, April 2025. That's 2 months before this issue will be released. Easter is this coming Sunday. We're halfway through Pessa or Passover, if you'd rather. Yesterday, and I share this for the record to provide context as much as anything else, because by the time you're reading this, it'll be so far in the rearview mirror of the shit fire hose that we're being showered with, none of us will likely remember. The White House declared they would not repatriate Kilmar Abrego Garcia, in opposition to the Supreme Court's unanimous decision declaring he must be returned to the United States. They've straight up said they're not going to do it. And the, oh my fucking God, so corrupt dictator of El Salvador has endorsed this, saying he won't smuggle a terrorist out of his country or some such bullshit. This is the day after 47 met with said authoritarian Nayib Bukele and told him homegrowns are next. You're going to need to build about 5 more places. Places means concentration camps. 47 was referring to his plan to illegally arrest and deport undesirables. And undesirables means anyone who he doesn't like, which is everyone who isn't white, isn't rich, and isn't mandated flavor of Christian. Undesirables means anyone who disagrees with him. Undesirables means anyone who voices consent.
Dissent.
Thank you. This isn't hyperbole. We know who this guy is, who these people are. If you're not getting that, you're either ignoring the world around you, ignoring the actions while choosing which words you believe, or you're aboard with it. If you're aboard with it, I refer you to the above. You are not welcome here. I am not writing to you. Michael is not drawing for you. Eric is not designing for you. Alejandro is not editing for you. Ariana is not lettering for you. And Santi is not coloring for you. You are not welcome here.
Love it.
Yep.
I'm the same way with people ask me all the time, why are you so intolerant? I said, I don't have to be tolerant of the intolerant.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, that's where I draw the line. People say all the time, like, oh, you claim, you're on the side of everybody, but except for people on the right.
Did you
And I'm
guys see Kat Abu responded to people who wanted her to apologize for flipping off a woman at a what's the word I'm looking for,
no, I haven't heard this.
I didn't hear that either.
Yeah, here
I-
we're gonna share with audio because
Mhm.
this is too good. And anybody who doesn't know, Kat Abagazalia used to be a worker for Media Matters. She
Okay.
had the wonderful, amazing, I wouldn't do it for $1 million job of watching and responding to Tucker Carlson.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah,
has
yeah.
to. Somebody
Yeah,
has
no,
to.
I'm glad she did it for us and had the
Yeah.
sense of humor to like make great videos taking him down, etc.
Mhm.
But she is now running for Congress in the Illinois Ninth District.
Nice.
She announced her run um
Oh, I've seen her.
while the incumbent was still planning on running, and so everybody flipped out. How can you primary challenge an incumbent? And she's like, because she's old and hasn't done anything in a while. 40 years ago she was great. Now
Yeah.
we need somebody else. What's more
Absolutely.
is her entire campaign has been about direct action.
Nice.
You know, they take in money and then they go like clean up parks and talk to people. Or
Wow.
I mean, there's a lot like Mamdani in New York, where it's a lot more about doing things than ads or whatever.
Mhm.
But this was really great.
Yes, I did flip off some bigots for telling children they'd go to hell. And no, I'm not going to apologize. My name is Kat Abou-Ghazaleh. I'm running for Congress in the 9th District of Illinois, and as usual, the right is mad at me. That's because I gave the finger to a woman who was terrorizing kids. I think in their eyes, this qualifies as assault. A few weeks ago, I was at a local library to support families going to a drag queen story hour event. Hundreds of other people showed up to protect them from harassment. And when I say harassment, I mean harassment. Conservatives showed up and stood at the door to tell children and their families that they were going to hell, and yelled about how God doesn't recognize their basic dignity. They were screaming at kids for wanting to hear a story. So when a woman started filming people, including children, calling them pedophiles and predators, I flipped her off and told her she should be ashamed of herself. And I'd do it again. I can't believe this is controversial now, but antagonizing 4-year-olds doesn't deserve to be met with respect. Just 10 years ago, we were all horrified by the actions of the Westboro Baptist Church. But as Trump and his cronies have normalized far-right extremism, it seems like many leaders, including Democrats, feel as if they have to justify blatant hate as a legitimate political opinion. As if decorum is more important than people's rights. It is not. And the same people who are mad at me for being uncouth are the same ones who have called for me to be jailed, who have said I am trying to make Chicago Palestine, and who write weirdly horny op-eds about me, even though I'm supposedly a social contagion. One of those accounts is a Republican running for Congress, not even in my district. But that didn't stop her from writing an entire op-ed calling me a radical Palestinian ideologue in influencer clothing. She was mad that apparently I won't listen to moderates and independents unless they fall in line with my dogma. That dogma being, once again, basic human rights. I am not opposed to working with people who think differently from me, but we have to first agree on a foundation for dignity. And telling children they're going to hell ain't it. I have no interest in humoring bigotry. I have no interest in pretending dehumanization and hate are political positions. That's why I was at that library, standing with kids and their families. Drag Queen Story Hour is a favorite boogeyman for the far right. Throughout my career covering these people, I have listened to hundreds of hours of chuds like Tucker Carlson and Ben Shapiro calling it an existential threat. They insist that a man in women's clothing is going to turn your kid into a woke gay Marxist or whatever. In reality, drag queens, especially in a setting like this, are clowns in the best way. They're fantastic, engaging storytellers in colorful outfits, two things kids famously love. Plus, this helps expose children to different kinds of people. And if a kid is queer, maybe they'll feel more accepted. But that hasn't stopped the right from attacking these events. Reactionary figures like libs of TikTok have put
We
Yep.
just freeze. We just froze, but that's okay. That's
Yeah.
that's
That was
okay.
a good talking point. We got the meat.
We got the meat.
I wanted to real quick the portion that I thought of the essay. This is just one short paragraph, but because we've talked about it a lot, is the one that says, "I've been asked many times since Michael and I
Yeah.
began this series, when is year X? I've avoided answering it, been coy about it, joked about it. You'll know it when you see it, I've said. The fact is, the truth is, we didn't. We've passed it. The world has been divvied up, and if you've any doubts to that, think about who attended the inauguration and think about who praised what they saw and where in the world they ruled, what they ruled. Think again about Canada, Panama, Greenland, Ukraine, Taiwan, and who covets those countries, those lands, and why." And then he goes into the things he got wrong.
I
for
would
the
have
other
actually
ones,
also thrown in the paragraph before that.
but...
I have
okay.
over the years
Oh,
and
yeah.
through various stories I've been called a Cassandra. I'm not actually proud of that. I don't actually like being right about things like this. Then again, Cassandra didn't much enjoy her gifts either. If I've predicted things accurately in my fiction, it's because I've been paying attention to certain things and because I have enough of a capacity for critical thought to apply my imagination to the same and then extrapolate. But God knows there's a problem when the fiction is less absurd than our reality.
Yep.
When Lazarus is more realistic than our reality.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. Um, yeah. 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 It's again, it's sobering, but at the same time, I read this issue on the same day that no, I don't need to talk about my day job, but I found out some distressing news about my day job that put me into a spiral.
Oh.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm back out. I'm back out, and and ready to push back. But it's that between the woman running for Congress that you just showed, between the election in New York, I'm trying to maintain hope. I am, thinking about what needs to be done, and that's important.
Yeah. Well, and that was the high point of my week was getting to talk to Andrew Iden again.
Yeah.
Just because he's so good at just digging in. And like the things that we forget, like, first of all, how cool is this? There is a bat cave, North Carolina.
Nice.
It's named after a local cave with bats in it, but there is a town in North Carolina called Bat Cave.
I have to go there now. I love caves.
Yeah, well, it
love
won't be
bats.
easy because 8 months after the hurricane, most of the roads are still closed.
Oh, yikes. That's no good. That's pretty awful.
Because it got
Mhm.
politicized and then it just fell from the news.
Jeez. Wasn't that the crisis that there were AI generated images of Trump helping clean up go around?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's certainly distressing.
Well,
thing for
and
me.
the crisis where the right was saying, FEMA isn't there to help you. They're going to do this sort of thing and that sort of thing. And
Mhm. And then they were the ones who denied FEMA funding and canceled, cut
Yes.
payments. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's certainly alarming.
Yeah.
How
So,
much attention.
I mean, going back to Islands in the Sky, it is an anthology of stories from Helene. It's actual stories. It's pairing, for the stories that aren't created by creators that live in that stretch of Appalachia. It is people who live there being paired with comics pros to tell their stories.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an amazing project. I can't emphasize enough, but there's actually an option to buy an extra copy for libraries in that area. If I decide to up my pledge, that's exactly how I'll wind up doing it. you know, it's just and listen to Andrew talk about it. Andrew is an incredible man.
Yeah. The interview is up as of
Yeah,
yesterday.
yep, it's already
Go
up.
check it out. It's the Kickstarter is out there. Yeah.
But
Well,
we are now
we should
slightly
probably move
over
on.
our soft so I'm gonna blow through the first book that I know is Spectacular, also from Andrew Aiden and Good Trouble Comics, Comics of the Movement from Courtland Cox, Jennifer Lawson, Alfred Hassler, and Benton Resnick. This is both a reprinting of Martin Luther King and the Montgomery story, but also for the first time ever, reprinting of the Lowndes County. Um, I can't remember the rest of the name. The first appearance of a Black Panther in comics was part
Okay.
of voting rights comics put out by the Students for Nonviolent, SNCC and the Lowndes County Freedom Association, I think, something like that, for voting rights way back in 60. I mean, it was like 6 months before the first appearance of Black Panther in Fantastic
Fantastic
Four.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
And before the Black Panther Party existed. This is where it all started. And it's all about voting rights. It's about, what your rights are, so Comics of the Movement will be in stores July 2nd. Also, thanks to Hoopla actually somehow getting a couple of things ahead of time, I have read both Bitterroot #4 from Chuck Brown, David Walker, and Sanford Green, and Gehenna Naked Aggression from Patrick Kindlon and Maurizio Rosenzweig. Both are fantastic, so I know that they're spectacular. The books that I hope will be spectacular: Illuminati #1 from Brian Edward Hill, Dennis Cowan, Bill Sienkiewicz at AWA, Plague House #4 from Michael Conrad and the amazing Dave Chisholm at Oni Press, and Killer State of Affairs 2, #2 from Mats and Luke Giacomon at Archaea Boom. Also, finally being released this week, I feel like it's been pushed back a couple of times. Dr. Worthless by Harold Schechter and Eric Powell at Albatross Funny Books and Dark Horse, exploring the legacy of Frederick Wortham, which is a complicated one because as involved as he was in the comics obscenity hearings, his work was also essential to the Brown versus Board of Education decision. So I'm really looking
Influenced it in a positive way?
Yes.
Oh, I'd never heard that before.
Yes.
That's
So
wild. Okay.
really looking forward to reading this and seeing how Harold Schechter and Eric Powell tackle one of the more controversial characters in all of the real world part of comics.
No kidding. Yeah. All right. Well, I am super looking forward to Black Hammer Spiral City #7. Jeff Lemire and Teddy Christensen at Dark Horse. The Inspector Insector has been so funny and sad and good. It's just funny. And then Captain America #1 from Chip Zdarsky and Valerio Schiti from Marvel looks pretty good. I'm not a Captain America fan, but I want to see what Chip Zdarsky is going to do with this. And
I think at some point we need to do a read of Ta-Nehisi Coates' run too.
okay,
Ooh, I join in on that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, I mean, at this point, you're joining in, dude.
Yeah. No, I second that one. That's
we haven't figured out all of the wheres and wherefores, but we'll announce right now. Phil is officially the third co-host.
woohoo.
I might even go update our socials. Actually, we'll talk off air because I might give you a real task if you've got the time.
There's a decent chance, but yeah.
So,
And then Illuminati #1 from Brian Edward Hill and Dennis Cowan and Bill Sienkiewicz from AWA. Those are my books I'm looking forward to.
and that's another week in the books. More
Yeah.
One Piece next week. Lazarus #9, some good comics. maybe since it's 4th of July week, we'll take a week off from god awful things in America. I'm not holding my breath,
Right.
but I mean, it's possible. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening, and we will catch you guys after the next page. See ya.